fresh from the comic book shop. This is where we talk to you guys about our pickups from the week, whether they be walking to the comic book shop, getting stuff mailed to us, what have you, just things that we're excited that we picked up. And Chris and I have a lot to show off today that we're excited about. I'm going to start with my local comic book shop pickups. I actually picked them up today. Usually I'm good about picking up on midday Wednesday, but we had the snowstorm here on the East Coast that prevented me from doing that, as well as I had my fatherly duties with my daughter and her school. Anyways, so here we go, Chris. I'm gonna go first. This isn't too exciting. I'm gonna start off and then it gets awesome in my opinion. Anyways, all right, moving on. I have Iron Man #4. I'm enjoying this series actually, especially with these Alex Ross covers, the beautiful Hellcat and Iron Man and his new armor that actually Alex Ross created, the design. Wow. I'm really liking this. I'm liking this series. I have read all 3 issues. I have not read this 4th issue, but I'm psyched I picked this one up. Hopefully I'll be reading it when I have a bit of downtime during the holidays. So now we're going to move on to Chris. What'd you get there, Chris?
First off, I love Alex Ross, and secondly, you just showing that off makes me want to get that now. And I'm not even lying. All right, I showed this off in my pre-show on my channel, but I was very happy to see these, and I got 2 of them. Last Ronin, second print, Last Ronin #1s, beauties to go with my, you guys can't see, you can see the corner of it right there. There's my first print copy that I was, doing the best I could not to crease the spine when I was reading it. I wish I would have waited to read one of these, but who knows? I mean, who knows what type of value these might get. So I got one for myself, and then I got another one for myself, and I'm not going to sell them. So made you think I was, though,
huh? That's how we collectors do, right? Just got to cover our bases. And I sold my original Last Ronin, and I absolutely regret it. I'm going to rehash the story again. I sold it. Then I was like, I regretted it. Then I tried to buy a new one off of eBay, and the guy never sent it out, as well as a few hundred other people he never sent it out to. I got my money back, but screw that guy. I did get a second print. I'm happy about that. That was last week, I do believe, and I showed that in Fresh from the Comic Book Shop. All right, but moving on, Chris. Here is my next pickup from today. I picked it up from today for this new comic book day. This is a Robert Kirkman, Ryan Ottley production here. It's a strange book. It came out of nowhere. It's called Solid Blood. It's issue number 17. Number 17. Now, you may not find that unusual, except for the fact that the previous 16 issues were never produced. So I don't know what this book is about. I'm excited to read it. There's a whole bunch of speculation that's tied into crossover Donny Cates's series, but again, Solid Blood number 17. Excited to read this, see what all the hubbub is about that one, Chris.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. And what is that, a variant or is that the standard cover?
This is the standard cover. I'm not sure if there are any variants. And I'm going to tell you guys something else. This book is thin. It doesn't feel like it's a regular 32-page book. It is super thin. So
it's definitely a throwback. I mean, when I look at that book, I think 1992.
Totally. No, absolutely. It's definitely got that vibe to it.
For sure.
Ryan Ottley's he's a great artist, Spider-Man artist. Anyways, what do you have, Chris?
All right, guys. Well, I hit up my most awesomest comic book shop, A1 Comics, for their 50% off sale. And, we had a lot of hype last week, as you all know. And I said, let me go digging through some Hawkeye books. And nothing, for real spec value, but I just saw this, and I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful cover. And that's Hawkeye number 7. It's a Kate Bishop Hawkeye run. And I just thought that was a really cool art and really cool concept as well, where she's looking like mirror, who is the deadliest of them all. So I just thought this was a really awesome cover. I should have put it in Mylar before I showed it off, because these are the type of covers that I just like to put in Mylar and display and appreciate the amazing art. Also seems like there might be some type of cool storyline going on in there too.
Yeah, man, those are becoming hot. No matter what those are really picking up steam, obviously, because of the series coming up. Going back to Solid Blood, Diva Barrow, it's printed on old school newsprint paper. All right, so during Chris's next book, I'm going to pull it out of the bag and kind of see what it looks like and show you guys. But before we do that, I'm going to move on to my next pickup from my local comic book shop from this week's New Comic Book Day. And that is Darth Vader #8. This has a first appearance, and I cannot. Sith Lordly's on here. It's this guy right here. I cannot remember his name. I'm loving this series, even though I'm only on issue 4 or just read issue 4. This series has been really, really good. I'm digging the storyline, which is basically Darth Vader trying to hunt down whoever kept Luke Skywalker from him. So it happens between the end of Empire Strikes Back and Return of Jedi. Really amazing concept. Really well written by Greg Pak. Really psyched about this, and so I'm excited to catch up again when I have some downtime. Chris, your turn. I'm gonna take this Solid Blood out of the bag. We'll check out this newsprint.
Awesome.
Sith Lordly. By the way, in Darth Vader #8, first appearance of Eye of Webbish Bog. That is just a crazy name.
Nice.
Anyways, moving on. Chris.
All right, guys. So this book wasn't really a pickup by me. It was sent to me as a gift from my friends way up in the Northeast in Nova Scotia, Grand Way Comics, and that Space Cowboy in the Triumphanteurs #2. Guys, I've done a couple videos on their stuff. These guys are doing something really, really awesome. They are a very small publishing company out of Nova Scotia, guys. Check them out, grandwaycomics.com. I have their link in every single video that I post on my YouTube. They have a few titles going on right now that are really awesome. I'm really enjoying it. Even the art in the book itself is very throwback. Talk about old newsprint type paper. Their stories are very throwback as well, very much like Lee, Ditko, Kirby era, but with a modern spin too. So I wanted to show this off because for one, I want to support our small publishers. And, you know, these guys, they're two guys pursuing their dreams. And I really like what they're doing. You know, this material right here could be really good for young readers and really good for, you know, maybe like older heads or just collectors in general that really enjoy, you know, classic vintage comic book. So, yeah, definitely. Space Cowboy. Uh-oh, we can't hear you, Jeff.
Did it again because I didn't want to make any noises. All right, I opened the Solid Blood #17 up. It is newsprint. It's literally what fresh from the comic book shop used to smell like. I love that smell. I absolutely look at this, guys, and this reminds me of like Eric Larson '90s goodness too, right? I just love it. I'm super psyched to read it. Thank you, Devo, for letting me know about that. But moving on, we have my next pickup. My last pickup of New Comic Book Day from this previous week was, here we go, Batman 105. I guess this is I haven't kept up with these after issue 101. So I have 4 issues to read here to get to this, but I guess this is the end of the arc with Ghostmaker. You got Clown Hunter right there. So super psyched to read this. I think Tinian's doing a great job with Batman. But I feel like it has kind of fallen off after Joker War. Again, I haven't read the past 4 issues, so I need to pick up on that. But that is my most recent New Comic Book Day pickup. But I have more issues, as does Chris. Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, man. I'm still waiting for that Joker War trade to come out so I can purchase that and read that story arc. All right, so I got a book here that I got from A1 Comics again in the half-off sale. This is a run that I think has been overlooked for the most part, and I think we're going to see this character in the MCU soon. And when we do, I think there's some books in this run that have been sleepers, and this possibly could be one of them. That's Submariner, #32. This is the first appearance of Lyra, just a character that could possibly play a role as a side character to Submariner when and if he appears in the MCU. So there are actually a lot of first appearances in this run that are very, Submariner driven. And like I said, I mean, you could find these, if you could find these books, like I got this book for like $1. I mean, it was priced at like $4, $3 or $4. So I got it for like $1.50 or $2. It's not, you know, in perfect shape. It could get a press, but you know, it's a high mid-grade after a press for sure. And hey, you know me, guys, I'm all for a nice looking mid-grade book on the cheap. So Submariner, yeah, I got a few others too from that same haul.
That's a solid Silver Age pickup. And you have quite a few Silver Age books, I'd have to say. But moving on, I'm going to get into my next picks here. I would say the next 3-4 pickups are all dollar bin books. So here we go. We'll try and jam through these because I'm super psyched to talk about my most recent acquisition. But here we go. This year, found this in the dollar bin books. I think it was actually yesterday. They are Batman issue 96, first appearance of Clown Hunter. Why not pick up 4 for 99 cents? If Clown Hunter becomes more established, and there are rumors that he will in terms of the Future State storyline, may as well. You know, they're not in great condition. They could be easily pressed out and be mint. No doubt about that. All right. Moving on to Chris.
All right, let's see. Let's show this one off. I got some Mylar. I'm going to show it off in a Mylar because it absolutely deserves to be shown off in a Mylar. So I had to get a Mylar ready. This book, I just for one, I'm if I could find any of this character's books on the cheap, and again, this is the same visit to A1 Comics, 50% off. This is a beautiful Bill Sienkiewicz cover, guys. Moon Knight number 28. And look at this freaking cover. Look at that. That is just beautiful.
Is that Sienkiewicz? That's yep. Unreal. I love it.
And I don't think he gets talked about enough.
Nah, you're right.
So, you know, it's good to find, you know, some of the Volume 1 Moon Knights right now for like I think this was marked $4. Half off, I got it for $2. But man, just that cover is I want to frame it. Put it on my wall.
It's beautiful. No doubt about that. All right. Here we go. My next one. Again, 99-cent pickup right here. 99-cent bin is where I found these. We all know Venom's hot. We all know Spider-Gwen is hot. This is the second appearance of Gwenom. Spider-Gwen number 25. I figured why not for 99 cents. May as well pick these up and have them in the personal collection. Again, you know, I just saw an action figure of this as well. So I'm loving this cover. The colors are amazing. And super psyched to have this for 99 cents. I mean, come on. Does it get better than that? I don't think so. Chris.
Yeah, that's sweet. All right. So during the same haul, a lot of these are from my A1 Comics pickups. But I really went after Doctor Strange. Look, you know, Doctor Strange 2 coming out soon. Doctor Strange being tied into so much of what's going on in the MCU. We're going to see him in Spider-Man next year. And I got a lot of the Volume 2, you know, from the late 70s and 80s. I even got some of the Sorcerer Supremes from the late 80s, early 90s run. I think it started in 89 or 90. But I picked up one book from the Volume 1 run, and that's Doctor Strange number 182. And I had it out. It's going to get a press. Ooh. But look, man, just this is, you know, nothing really that I thought was key. But look at this beautiful cover with Juggernaut.
Awesome.
Seriously, on a Doctor Strange cover, I just thought that was dope.
So, and it's got the Doctor Strange where he's wearing a mask. I don't know what the storyline is behind that, but I do remember that. Yeah.
I mean, I have not read any of these early Volume 1 Doctor Strange books, but yep, this is going into the press tonight. Get nice and cleaned up.
I see Dan De La Torre just kind of saying a few times. I have that issue too. Dan, we'd love to know how much you have in your collection. And by the way, you guys should be sharing your Fresh from the Comic Book Shop pickups as well. We want to hear from you guys. Come on. All right, moving on. Again, 99 cent bin. This news just came out two on this issue here. I couldn't believe I found it. It was just announced that FX has picked up the series Weird, WYRD, and it's going to be produced by the people who produced The Americans. So I found this issue, the variant cover by Jeff Lemire, issue number 1. This is going for like $25. I got it for $1 in the 99-cent bin. Yeah, so it's pretty happy to find that. That was a really, really cool find. Super psyched. But yeah, moving on. We're doing a good job here.
All right, guys. So I'm a big collector of runs. Many of you know that. I've been working decently on my Avengers run lately, and I didn't have a few of these. Ironically, it's a storyline that involves Kang, and we know Kang is showing up in the next Ant-Man movie, so why not get some Kang goodness? So it's 3 books, part of a story arc. I got 2 of Avengers 267. Kang Lives. I got the newsstand and the direct. Really cool cover. Look at that.
I saw somebody mention John Buscema. That's a John or Sal Buscema cover. I love it. That's during his Avengers run there.
Yeah. I think it's Sal. And that's 268.
Oh yeah.
And where's my 260? Nope, 269. There we go. Kang versus Immortus.
Oh, nice. That's a classic 80s run. Look at the corner box there with all the characters that are on the team. Those are the days, man.
Yep.
Love it. That is fantastic, dude. All right. Moving on. This is my last dollar. I think it's my last dollar bin pickup, and this one blew me away. Okay. So here, actually, let's see what other people are picking up. Swaggle House just picked up a Marvel Superheroes 12 first Captain Marvel for $20. Pretty dirty and beat up, and I'm happy I found it. Got to learn how to clean and press soon. Yes, I mean, God, that's a scary endeavor when you first do it. I'm scared to do that. Bishner, my favorite new book I got was Silver Surfer 75. That cover is just awesome. Have to agree with that. I'm embarrassed to admit I landed a Tales of Suspense 39 CGC 2.0. Now I'm broke and won't buy comics for months, as that totally exhausted my comics budget. Dan, you know what? You picked up an amazing book, though. That's where you got to weigh things out, the pros and cons. I think you're in a good spot, though. Hernani Ferreira, Daredevil, number 1 at a 3.5. Congratulations on that. Good for you. Sith Lordy, of course you did. I grabbed the Star Wars 5 first wedge for $5 last Sunday. That's probably going for a pretty penny based off of the Rogue Squadron announcement. Guys, keep telling us what you picked up. That's what this segment's all about. We love sharing this stuff. All right, here's my next one, guys. Ready? 99-cent bin. We had the Marvel announcement on Thursday, so anything Riri Williams is hot, right? I checked this out. This is Ironheart number 1.
Wow.
Number 1, but this is the second print, right? There are only 1,000 printed. I'll say it again. There are only 1,000 copies of this printed. I was very happy to get this book. I didn't even know what it was until I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, wow. I mean, I knew it was a number 1, but I didn't realize the second printing was only 1,000 copies that were printed. So this one was my biggest 99-cent pickup in the past week. Second place comes into WYRD. Weird, I guess it's pronounced. Anyways, super happy about that. That's my last 99-cent book. All right, Chris, what do you got? Your turn, buddy.
All right. So I've been talking about Doom, guys. I made a video a couple weeks back saying 6 Doom books to spec on. I think Doom is going to be showing up in the MCU sooner than we may think as well. And what better than to get a awesome classic Doom cover, the Invincible Iron Man number 150, Doom going up against Iron Man.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yeah, this book was from A1, but this was not half off. But I think it was $12. I mean, it's a decent, it's going to get a press. I'd say it's probably a 6.0 as is right now, but I'll give it a press. It's still really beautiful. Decently, $12, not too bad. But
is that Bob Layton?
Yep.
It's interesting because 250 is Doom and Iron Man as well. So that's definitely a Bob Layton cover. Bob Layton is the king of Iron Man in my opinion. I love everything he does. That's a good pickup. That is a great pickup. All right, this one here has been on my radar for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger on it on a great price on eBay. So I got this week as well. Actually, it's a lot of books, not a lot. I bid on a lot, 4 books. Starts off with the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, Thor number 337, the newsstand edition. Pretty happy about that. I already had 338, but I got another one of those that came with that. 339 I had as well, and 340 I had, but I've always wanted the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, and I'm happy I have it, especially the newsstand version. So really happy I pulled the trigger on that one. This is what I thought would be my highlight of the week in terms of my comic book acquisitions, but it turns out I was wrong, and I found out a few hours ago, which I'll get into the story after Chris shows his last book of the evening. Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, crazy. That's the only Thor book from the 70s and 80s that I don't have.
What?
I have every Thor book from 1970 to 1990, except for 336.
That makes no sense to me. I would expect you to have 5, but all right, moving on. What do you got right in your hand right now?
All right, I have 2 books of the same book. I went again, guys. I was talking about this book, Doom, on my Doom video, another Doom spec, and I said if Dr. Doom, there's 2 plays on this book. Dr. Doom could come in the MCU, in many different ways, but if we see a Secret Wars movie, I was saying this, I think I even said it on one of our shows, Jeff. I think the best way for them to do a Secret Wars is to take a little bit from the 2015, the Doom Battle World Secret Wars, and then to take some from the original Secret Wars where you have the Beyonder come into play. And if they do something like that, guys, Secret Wars number 10.
I love that cover. I love that cover.
Doom, Mike Zett cover, where and this is the issue where Doom takes the power of the Beyonder. Something that I think would be sweet to see play out in the MCU. So this book has been getting a little bit of steam, and I talked about it in that video. And I got both of these. These were not half off, but I got them both for $7 each, right? And the one of them is at least a 9.6. The other one might be a 9.2, 9.4. I'm definitely going to give them a press. But a high grade of this book, raw, is easily going for $15 to $20 right now. So to find them for $7 each, that was a steal.
Yeah, those Secret War books are really starting to climb the ladder here. Not just number 8. So that's right. And that cover is probably, I think it's actually better than the cover where Hulk is holding up the mountain. No doubt. Anyways,
arguably.
Yeah, I love that cover. Anyways, moving on. All right. So as I said, I was, thought that Thor 337 would be the peak of this week. It was not. This is kind of a involved story, so please, stick around. Chris and I never really talk about the things that we do. Chris and I have both produced many things. Chris has been on tour with A-list people in front of thousands of people. I've worked with artists, A-list artists as well, producing music performances, films, you name it. But one of my highlights was being able to work with Stan Lee 3 times. And I created a series called Influential Issues. And it was about the 3-issue story arc, Amazing Spider-Man 96, 97, 98. That was basically the government came to ask Stan Lee to do a drug issue, anti-drug issue, and Stan Lee agreed. The problem was the Comics Code Authority did not approve it. And back then they had the stamp, the Comics Code Authority. You'll see it on all these old issues. I'm sure you all have seen that. They would not allow any speak of any drugs in it. But Stan Lee decided, you know what, screw them. We're going to print these books without the Comics Code Authority, and that hadn't been done since the 1950s. So to start this story off, when I produce this with Stan Lee, and maybe I'll run this we'll run this segment, I don't know, in the next week or 2. I don't know if you guys ask us for it. But basically, you know, I never asked for autographs, people I work with, but I had to get Stan Lee. So I had issue 96, and I got Stan Lee to cover to give his autograph right there.
Nice.
Again, this is one of my most prized possessions. It's not, you know, for specking or monetary value or anything, but it's an important piece of comic book history because what Stan Lee stood up to about how ridiculous the Comics Code Authority was. So my brother tells me a package is coming along on its way, and I've always wanted the issues. I never got around to getting to them. And I just wanted to pick up raw copies just to match this. I will never get this graded. I will leave it as it is. I do want to hang it up in some nice little thing. But my brother got me this. Today I opened the box, and it was issue 97 at a 9.2. Again, you see no Comics Code Authority stamp on there. And 98. This is at 9.2 as well. I just was blown away. I'm not good at receiving gifts. I love giving gifts, but like I didn't know what to say to my brother, and this means so much to me. On top of the fact that my brother also got me, you know, this is like 20 years ago. He got me Avengers 19 just randomly as a gift. So it's just I'm not like this usually, but this means so much to me. This issue, and I want to thank my brother. Love you so much. Thank you very much for doing that. That was amazing. So that's my story. That's our fresh from the comic shop. Again, you guys should be sharing your fresh gets as well. It's hard for me to segue from this because I am a bit emotional because it was really cool.
I love it, man.
It was really
It's got so much to it, you know. Not only your experience working with Stan and whatnot, but you know, Spider-Man being your guy too, and you know, so it's
as most of you guys know, like Chris and I, our favorite hero is Spider-Man, and it's been like that since, you know, I first was experiencing him probably at the age of 4, and again, it means a lot, and I'm really trying to segue to our next segment. Please share with us your fresh from the comic shop pickups each and every week. I think we're going to start asking you guys on Instagram to share those with us, so we can start bringing them, pull them into the show, because we love talking about this stuff, what you guys picked up. That is fresh from the comic book shop this week. We'll have some new pickups next week.